Hey everyone!
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of
Elevated
Talks. Here we are.
Here we are.
Talking to you
In these
about
beautiful shirts.
It's
Did y'all check that out?
pick your battle.
Pick your battles.
Yes.
If you ain't picked your shirt yet, what happened? See how I did that? Anyways,
but you can pick it up at www.elevatedblk.com.
go do that.
But now back to our Thrive and Five.
Thrive and Five.
Today we are focused on health
Health
first. It's so important.
Uber important.
Yes, it's uber important, especially in the spirit of, do I want to call it the spirit of? The crisis of, this is really a crisis.
A crisis, right.
Of COVID. We all know, especially when it comes to women of color, people of color, highest risk with COVID is related to underlying health issues. So what we want to do is make sure that you are putting your health first and prioritizing all the things that is related to number one, which is listen to your body.
Listen to it.
There are things that you know about your body that only you can explain. You have to listen to everything about it. Like you have, like I want to say, you have to become intimately involved with your body.
You do.
You do.
You do.
Because I will say this, there's been plenty of times that I've gone to the doctor and they've tried to tell me that what I'm saying is not the thing. And I'm like, no, it is. Because I know my body. And a lot of times I've had so now I go to a nephrologist and the doctor is like, you really do know your body. I'm like, I do. I've been with it for some time.
For some time now.
So don't let anybody persuade you to think otherwise. If you feel like something is out of place, if you feel like something just isn't normal, go with your gut reaction. And if they say no, it's okay to get a second opinion.
When in doubt, check it out. Check it out. And can I just add to that? This is just for also, in particular, for men of color. It is not common to live in pain. Some of us, for older adults, sometimes it's like, oh, this has been hurting me for the last
10 years.
10 years.
And you're like,
You
well,
should-
let's not exaggerate 10 years because usually a person wouldn't last that long.
But
But
people would be
6
like
months?
6 months.
Come on.
Something has been giving you issue. You've been feeling something. It's been pain. There's been this. Go check it out. It's not normal to just be living with pain.
But that goes with number 2.
It does go with number 2. Do your annual physicals.
That's right.
Your checkups. Whatever it is, from your teeth to your body, all the things. Get
All the
everything
things.
checked out. Whatever it is, whatever age you're supposed to get whatever thing done, go do that.
And
please.
that's important that you said that. Know the age, right? Because Diane, which is one of our girlfriends who normally is on an Elevated podcast.
Go listen to that.
Yes. Diane found out that she had stage 3 cancer and she was at 40. She was like 40,
I can't remember.
mid 40.
Yeah.
The problem with that was they told her that normally you don't get a colonoscopy until a certain age, but she was having these symptoms, right? And so I think as a result of that, they have actually lowered the age range, or if you show symptoms, you can definitely tell your doctor and they can request one and they cannot deny you. So that's why it's so important for you to know when you're supposed to do your annual for women, your pap smear for men, your prostate, all of these things, because you need to make sure that you check yourself out, especially mammograms. You have to take care of yourself.
You have to do that. Find out. And if you have symptoms or there is a history of it in your family.
Exactly.
That means you ignore the age. You need to just go and do whatever regular routine of that is, because there is a history there. So please, go get all the things done. All of it.
So number 3, it's all about having a primary care physician. That is so important. So when I got sick, right, I have an autoimmune kidney disease. I'm in remission. Hallelujah, Jesus. I had a primary care physician, and the reason why that's so important because I would go to him about everything. He kept a running record. So even though I had to go, I went to the emergency room, I was told to go to a urologist, I was told to go to a nephrologist, and I went to 2 of them. he was able to actually gather all of these notes from the different hospitals, all the different tests, because he was my primary care physician. So he has a running record. I made him that person who has all of my records, so that this way, God forbid something happens, there's someone who can say, this is what she's been doing, this is what her experience is, right? And he has my history all the way since 2011, right? So once I got into leadership, I started having all of these symptoms. He became my doctor, and it's been a blessing, because he will actually notice if there's changes in my labs. He knows my frequency, like, oh, I know it's this time of the year, you're under stress. What month is it? Oh, it's March. Oh, it's November. And anytime I would come any of the months before or after that, he was like, what's wrong? Like, he would even be like, why are you here? Because this isn't our normal months. So you want to have a primary care physician who's going to manage your running record, and who could be an advocate on your behalf as well, because there were things that my nephrologist at the time wasn't telling me. He was like, no, go back and ask them these questions, because this is not supposed to be happening. Yep.
It's very, very true. Primary care physician. Get one today, not tomorrow. Number four is something we all can do, we all should be doing, is creating boundaries. Yeah, you were making that tie to your health. Create boundaries.
Create them.
Set that up all around you. Sometimes we really need to set out the time to do the things we need, and we're not setting up the time to do the things we need, because we're doing things for everybody else. We're always about yes. It's time for some no's. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're setting up boundaries for yourself. You need to protect your physical health. Protect you. Make time for those things. Make time. I have to tell myself, even working now as a grown adult, Monique, you need to pause and eat food.
Do you understand that?
Go eat.
Because if you don't eat, then you're now impacting your health, right? If you don't go to the bathroom, if you don't drink water, if you don't just take a break, if you don't sleep, if you don't create these boundaries, this will eventually affect your health.
It will. Absolutely.
So you got to do it.
Create boundaries. It's important and needed.
That's it. And so number five.
Five.
Number 5 is something that I think we all struggle with. There's some people who are really great at this, but I'm going to just talk for myself. It's a struggle.
You talk for me too right now.
Okay, because I'm like, why is she acting like it's just me?
Me too.
Diet and exercise. You know, and I don't want to call it diet. I want to say nutrition, because in our world, diet just sounds like you eat a certain amount for a certain, like, you know, for a certain time. I want to get to a certain weight. No. So nutrition really focuses on you changing your habits and making sure you're eating well, right? You're getting all that you need in terms of your vitamins. You're getting all you need in terms of a balanced meal. And then the exercise is helping you to stay active, burn the calories, make sure that all the things that are in your body, you're trying to work it out, right? But sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard, but there's opportunities for you to go online. Like there's videos, there's yoga. You just, like, it goes back to setting the boundaries. Yeah, find a partner, but setting those boundaries that at this time, on these days, this is what I'm going to do to make sure that I am giving to myself, so that I put my health first. And you just have to stay committed. In terms of food, you know, there's this thing about organic food, organic versus whatever we call regular food. You just have to do your due diligence in knowing what you're putting into your body, trying to minimize anything that has GMO, which is modified foods, genetically modified foods, and then also thinking about, you know, trying to minimize salt and sugar, too much alcohol, which becomes sugar. All of these things, so you can live your best. Yeah, moderation.
That's, you know, too much of a lot of things.
Un poquito, no mucho. You understand? Okay. So
I know those Spanish words.
So we hope that today you have learned something that you can take away, not just for you, but for someone else.
For somebody else.
Share, because we want everyone to be elevated.
Elevated, living your best life, your best self. Come on, health first.
So until next time, folks.
Until next time. Peace.